Welcome back to another week of Stocks in Review for the upcoming week. In this special edition, besides reviewing suggestions for next week and news that can affect your investments, for every week of October, we're going to take a look at some of the spookiest stocks of recent memory. Stocks that have caused financial havoc on thousands of investors, and some that to this day still have quite the following or a lot of bag holders. Hopefully you had a chance to check out some of the suggestions that I made last week, including one for Constellation Brands, up a whopping $13 a share. Advanced Micro Devices was up 6% in one trading session. And 22nd Century Group was up 12% since last Friday. The main news dominating the week was the horrific lone gunman attack in Las Vegas, killing nearly 60 people and injuring almost 10 times that amount. The House passed a $4.1 trillion budget this week. Although it narrowly passed, it's a positive step in the right direction toward major tax reform legislation, a very positive catalyst for the stock market. In cryptocurrency news, both Bitcoin and Ethereum traded in relatively narrow ranges. Over the last week, Bitcoin traded between $41.56 a coin and $44.61. Ethereum was between $2.88 and $3.04 a coin. Litecoin came in at a low of $50 and a high of $55. The big news of the week was a significant price movement in Ripple. On Wednesday, the digital currency rallied 11% and more than 14% for the week. The only known catalyst is an upcoming Swell conference in Toronto that's scheduled in about 2 weeks. Tread carefully if you're thinking about dipping your feet into this one. 5 weeks ago, we said that we'd be following the top 3 rated ETFs, and here's where we're at. First of all 3 were up. Ticker symbol FBT started off at 124.32. Now it's up 2.2% at 127.09. Our Chinese ETF, MCHI, started off 5 weeks ago at $61.60 a share. Now it's at $65.74, an increase of 6.3%. And finally, we have ticker symbol SPXL. Started off at $35.76 just 5 weeks ago, and now it's the clear winner in our race for the top ETF. 10.2% increase at $39.82. On watch for the week, I have Tenex Therapeutics, Aurinia Pharmaceuticals, 22nd Century Group, and Northern Dynasty Minerals. For Tenex, there's been some recent bullish activity. It has a low RSI of 14 that indicates it's oversold and likely to go up in price. And time-wise, we're at a point where we should be getting some news from the board of directors. At Aurinia, it's been quite a bullish week in anticipation of the October 20th conference, where investors are expecting some news. Probably the news from Glickman that promised over the summer that something would come out in the fall. I believe news will be released earlier in the week than explanations provided shortly thereafter. The Bollinger Bands have also been tightening up here, so don't wait to get into this one. I think you'll be seeing 7s very soon. At 22nd Century Group, it's been a heck of a week. The charts are looking very bullish, and there's a lot of optimism with the new head of the FDA who's pushing to take almost all the nicotine out of cigarettes. There's a lot more buying going on than selling here. At Northern Dynasty, after an early week drop, a late-day memo on Thursday came out discussing PR efforts to watch for and confirmation of a smaller footprint for the Alaskan mine. I expect the days and weeks to follow to be quite a roller coaster ride going up. A new stock I wanted to bring to your attention for this coming week is TransEnterix Incorporated, ticker symbol TRXC. This healthcare medical instruments and supplies company is headquartered in Morrisville, North Carolina, and has 103 full-time employees. The company is focusing on surgical robotic systems and is waiting any time now for word from the FDA clearing its Senhance surgical robotic system. The charts have been quite bullish on this one, and there's been a nice steady climb for over 2 weeks. The minute they get approval, this will pop nicely, and at $1.55 a share, it's hardly a huge risk if you have some extra money sitting around to establish a small position. Our second spooky stock for our month-long series is Frontier Communications, ticker symbol FTR. This Connecticut-based company provides communication services to residential, commercial, and wholesale customers throughout the U.S. Their stock reached a high of $237.75 a share back on May 1st of 2007, but it's been on a steady downward trend with minimal spikes ever since. This stock has had one of the largest declines for one of the longest periods of time in a record-setting market, where the majority of comparable firms have gone up double or even triple digits or more during the same time frame. To make matters worse, this past May the company cut its dividend by more than half. The more recent problems that Frontier faces comes from acquiring over $10 billion worth of territories from Verizon in Texas, California, and Florida. They've been losing subscribers that they paid dearly for just to let them go, especially landline customers, because as we all know, cell phones rule the communication airwaves. They can only hope for a buyout or a merger of some sort at this point. Please remember, investing in stocks carries risk. Never invest more than you can afford to lose or not have access to for an extended period of time. If you enjoy our videos, we appreciate if you could click like and subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.